Hello everybody, and the reason for my little conversation today is because I started doing a little experimentation with flavourings in my raw chocolate, and I haven't made raw chocolate for quite a while, but one, it is Celebrate Chocolate Month, and the other reason is I was wanting to just experiment with raw chocolate because my daughter is a little bit of a chocolate fan, but she is also experimenting with a dairy-free diet to help her eczema as well, and it actually seems to be working a little bit. And your average bar of chocolate doesn't really go with dairy free, so the Cadbury natural goodness isn't going to be very good for my daughter with this dairy free diet. Anyway, so also the second reason for my little experimentation was to compare the flavour between using essential oils in my chocolate. And I always use doTERRA essential oils. Sorry, I'm not showing you the front there. Compared to using your average food colouring from the supermarket. Okay, and a lot of people are still very skeptical about using essential oils internally, but I know that the oils that I use when I'm cooking or when I'm baking are safe, because I've checked the small print with doTERRA, and so that is why I use doTERRA. And I did realise that the quantity would be different between using doTERRA to using your shop bought food flavouring, because of course in a bottle of doTERRA you've got 100% oil and it is extremely pure. So in a basic comparison here, say for example with the peppermint oil, that I was probably using 4 times the amount of drops. I put it into a dropper, so I knew I was getting the same amount of drops compared to what I was getting from using the doTERRA. Now, it did vary, like it always does, between the different flavours. What I did find, interestingly enough, though, this is the orange, so this is my newest food flavouring, and this is an extra special. All right, this is the orange, and it does smell and taste far better. Okay, and so it is worth spending a little bit extra, and that bottle was about £1.25, whereas your average bottle is probably about £1. Okay, so that is one thing I found: spend a little bit of extra money and you will get a better flavour. Okay, but then from that I just started to look at the ingredients, and bearing in mind that my food flavourings have been in my cupboard for different amounts of time. So my newest one, okay, which was the orange, the ingredients are rapeseed oil and orange oil, so 9% orange oil. Okay, so I knew I wasn't going to get 100% orange oil like I do with my wild orange here, but actually 9% isn't an awful lot, so no wonder I needed about 4 times or 5 times as many drops of that than I do when I'm using my doTERRA. So then I went to look at my my next oldest oil, which is the peppermint, and that is mixed with vegetable oil, and it has natural peppermint oil in it, but it doesn't say how much natural peppermint oil is in there. So then I went and looked at my lemon. Now this is very old, and I was absolutely flabbergasted to read the ingredients, because it says alcohol and natural oil. And then when I opened it up and smelt it, yes, I can really smell the alcohol in there, and that flabbergasted me. So that led me to rummage in my cupboard more and get my almond oil out, and that is mixed with peanut oil and almonds, and almonds, which is, you know, a mix, isn't it? Then I went on to look at my rose oil, which is a fairly new one actually, because I was making something quite specific. And the first ingredient is something that it's a sugar-based product. Then it's ethanol, so 40% ethanol, which flabbergasted me, and then rose oil and natural flavourings. And then my vanilla bean paste is sugar, water, vanilla bean extract, vanilla pods, and then a natural thickener. So yeah, an interesting turn to my little experiment, which was going on to look at the ingredients of you know, what we're actually putting in our food. So for the time being, yes, it's, you know, the doTERRA is more costly, but for me it's a safer bet if you are worried about what you're putting into your body. So I will lovely and leave you there, and then I'll come back to you with some raw chocolate making, and have a great day. Bye bye.